Before you talk to Yuzan when making a new character and washing up stranded, make sure to entirely explore the zone you start at. You can find a lot of stuff here that will help you start out, including a few sets of clothes, a fishing harpoon, a pickaxe, flint and steel, meat and hide from 2 enemies in the area, some gaberries, and a lot more. Explore the zone entirely, and if you think you've missed something, follow the footage on screen now to find where all the loot is. Hello everyone, my name is MooMooGhost. This is a guide video on Outward that will show you some gameplay of mine on a new character, which should help you get a decent start in the game and earn a lot of silvers really quickly, obtain the blue sand armor set, craft a few essential items and recipes, and more. Exploring the starter town of Chersonese, you will want to grab as many things as possible and sell them before going out on any expeditions. This will net you a few silvers to assist you in the start. When you find the makeshift leather armor recipes, don't use them. They're very simple to craft, and I will tell you how to craft them. For the armor, you need basic armor, such as ragged clothes or worker clothes, and 2 hide. For the helmet or boots, you need a basic helmet or boots, such as a ragged hood and a hide, or worker boots and a hide. Very simple recipe. You can also craft a decent starter helmet out of a cooking pot. It only requires the cooking pot in one spot of the crafting menu, and by putting the helmet back into the crafting menu, you can also craft it back into a cooking pot, for when you need to cook a recipe over a campfire. After you've grabbed a backpack, a water skin, and a weapon, talk to the town guard and tell him you're going outside. He will teach you a skill. He will not allow you to leave town until you have obtained these items. Keep in mind that the weapon of choice, when you talk to the guard, will affect what skill he teaches you. Once you've filled and emptied your inventory a few times for some silvers and learned your first skill, head into Chersonese storage via the western end of the docks. There are a few troglodytes in here, but they aren't too difficult to handle. Block or dodge them, use your kick skill to stagger them and do massive impact damage, and follow up with more attacks to try and empty their impact resistance bar and knock them down. They should be nearly dead at this point. Congrats, you've won your first fight. Explore the storage some more and grab whatever you find, then follow me down the path here that leads into the wilderness. Time for your first expedition outside of town, and time to earn a tribal favor. Worried about saving your lighthouse for 150 silver? Are you stressed out about the 5-day time limit? Don't even worry, you're already about to have it. Bring a bandage with you, and find the wounded man on the beach, scavenging as you go along. Talk to him and give him a bandage, and he'll give you a tribal favor. Good job. You're saving money by saving your lighthouse at pretty much no cost at all. Bandages are very easy to craft, and you should have the recipe at the start of the game. They only require 2 linen cloth, which can be acquired by breaking down armor pretty easily. Fishing has a chance to net you blue sand if you catch an azura shrimp, so fish at every fishing spot you see. You can also use the fish in certain crafting recipes, or just sell them for some extra silver. Azura shrimp has mana restoring properties, so keep this in mind if you're making a character who will utilize mana. Mine any amylite you find on the beach and save it in your stash, as this can be used along with a piece of padded armor and a palladium scrap to make amylite armor. It is not a good idea to fight these giant shrimp here right off the bat, as they are pretty powerful and they have a strong ranged attack. Don't take any risks like this at the start of the game, just run and dodge them for now. Keep an eye on the shrimp as you run as well, you don't want to get shot in the back by their ranged lightning attack. Explore all the way down the shoreline and pick up any blue sand you find, and don't forget to use your fishing harpoon. If you find any crab eye seeds out in the wild, gather them. In fact, gather any wild plants you find, but especially the crab eye plants. You can grill them over a campfire without a cooking pot and use 1 grilled crab eye seeds and 1 linen cloth to make a poison cloth, a powerful item that poisons your weapon, allowing you to take down stronger enemies by whittling their health down slowly and playing defensively. It should be getting pretty dark by now, but rest until nightfall if it's not. Blue sand is easier to see at nighttime since it glows bright blue. You can even see me pick some up that I walked past during the daytime because I didn't see it. Start heading back the way you came, and you'll find a cave with a glowing blue shells and a starfish around it. This is Starfish Cave, and it's full of water until nighttime when the tide falls. Inside this cave there are several blue sand deposits, which are essential if you're trying to get the blue sand armor set. There's also a shrimp inside here. I managed to kill it, but didn't find anything inside the part of the cave it was in, so if you don't feel confident, don't worry about killing it. You're not missing anything in here. Just grab that blue sand and leave. Feeling exhausted yet? Notice that as you use stamina and take damage, your max stamina and HP will decrease. Head home to Cierzo to sell or stash your goods and get a hard-earned rest. It's only day 2 and you're about to save your house for free already, so don't rush. You have all the time in the world to explore Chersonese. After paying off the lighthouse, your goods are safe, and you have a home to stay in every time you come back to Cierzo.
And on time. Well, Oliel and Izan are... Oliel is leaving to go join the whole... As will we all. A blood price has been declared upon his bloodline. This is... Well, this is unacceptable. Come back once you've said your goodbyes to them.
Remember to stay in your home in town whenever you possibly can, since this will restore your hunger and thirst in addition to the other benefits of sleep. Now, as you saw in the previous clip, you pay your blood price and save your lighthouse by visiting Risa in the Cierzo Town Hall. Even if you've already obtained the writ of tribal favor, you're carrying at least 150 silver on you. The option to pay in silver still pops up when you speak to her. Make sure you select the tribal favor option so you don't accidentally throw that money away. Or, if you have a habit of clicking through dialogues too fast and want to play it safe, just keep it in your stash so that the option to pay in silver doesn't pop up. We're going on a mission next, but before you get excited and leave town, you should prepare some things for the adventure ahead. It's always important to go prepared. You should have some raw meat by now, and lots of gaberries if you've been foraging. Using a cooking pot or the kitchen in your house, you can make a meat stew. It only requires meat, a vegetable or fruit, and some salt. The easiest way to get salt is to set up a campfire near shore, empty your water flask, and fill it with salt water. Then boil the salt water over the campfire, and you'll get 5 salt out of it. It's really easy to do, and really it's free, since there are trees everywhere to gather wood from to make a campfire kit. Note that you don't need to carry an axe on you to gather firewood. You only need to interact with a tree, so don't carry an axe in your pack if you're not going to use it as a weapon. You do, however, need a pickaxe for mining and a fishing harpoon for fishing. Use the meat, gaberries, and salt to make a meat stew that will restore your hunger and provide health and stamina regeneration for a decent amount of time. This will save your bandages for when you're actually bleeding heavily and truly need them. Boiling a pearlbird egg has the same regenerating effect as the meat stew, but it only requires the egg itself, so it can even be made without a cooking pot. However, it is less filling than the stew. Now, you have some decent food to help you on your mission if you take too much damage. You'll also want to upgrade your weapon if you haven't already. Don't buy the Fang weapon recipes, as they're another one, kinda like the leather armor, that's pretty easy to remember how to craft manually, and therefore it's kind of a waste of money to buy or use it. For a one-handed Fang weapon, you only need the iron one-handed weapon, 1 predator bone, and 1 linen cloth. For a two-handed weapon, you need the iron two-handed weapon, 2 predator bones, and a linen cloth. If you don't have enough bones and you're trying to upgrade a two-handed weapon, then you can visit the hyena den just a short ways out of Cierzo and to the right. Kill the hyenas there. I had to come here to get another set of predator bones because I wanted to upgrade my polearm and I only had 1 set of predator bones. There's also a dead adventurer inside the den with some loot in him. Upgrade your weapon to make it deal more damage and cause a bleeding effect on enemies. Now whenever you use a poison rag, you can poison enemies and make them bleed at the same time, and you're also doing more damage in general. Return to Cierzo to stash or sell any goods or excess food you found in the den and get ready to go on a mission. Make sure your pack is pretty well empty as there's a lot to loot where we're headed. But remember to carry a few boiled eggs or meat stew on you, along with your other essentials, the lantern, water flask, bandages, whatever potions or other combat buff items you think you'll use. While you're still in town, since we did gather some blue sand, if you have enough blue sand and enough silvers, And if it's something you desire, speak to the blacksmith to have him commission you a piece of blue sand set, which you retrieve later when he's finished making it. I commissioned the boots first, so you guys are going to have to see me walk around with a cauldron on my head for a while still. Head out of Cierzo via the town gate again, and continue straight along the path, then go left at the fork. Follow my path and you'll find Blister Burrow. If you haven't already talked to Helen Turnbull in Cierzo and you're wondering just what the heck we're doing here, we're picking up a mushroom shield in the dungeon, a giant heart garnet item that she'll pay you for, killing some troglodytes, and looting this place for a bunch of other stuff that we can sell for money or save in our stash for later. Loot the dead adventurer at the entrance to find another lantern to sell and some items that spawn on him. I like to explore the burrow fully before going to the main chamber in the middle with the giant female troglodyte statue, where the mushroom shield is. On screen you'll see me walking the outer edge tunnels of the burrow to kill all the troglodytes and steal their stuff. There's also a lot of common mushrooms, blood mushrooms, and oil in here. Keep the oil and put it in your stash, but always keep at least one on you for when your lantern runs low on fuel, which you can tell by its durability meter. You can refuel it by placing the lantern and one thick oil in the survival crafting menu. It'll give you the same type of lantern back at full durability and can be lit again. Troglodytes also tend to have oil or common mushrooms in their inventory majority of the time, so loot them when you kill them. 4 common mushrooms can be placed in a cooking pot or kitchen crafting menu and pounded into dry mushroom bars, which spoil more slowly and restore some maximum HP. They're good to carry in case you've lost some of your max health in combat and you haven't had time to rest. If you're like me and you like to pick up every troglodyte weapon and sell it for extra silvers, don't overburden yourself too much, as you'll be slowed down immensely and eventually you won't be able to move at all. Instead, follow my example here and place the weapons in a spot where you'll remember where they are, so that you can return to town, empty your bag, and come back for them later. Once you have the mushroom shield and giant heart garnet and you've done some looting and cleared out the dungeon, go ahead and return to Cierzo. Give the mushroom shield and giant heart garnet to Helen Turnbull by selecting I'm looking for work and I may have something for you. Do not sell these items to regular merchants. You will get chump change compared to what Helen, a connoisseur of rare artifacts, gives you for them. She will give you around, I believe it's 50 for the mushroom shield, and she will definitely give you 30 for the garnet. That's going to do it for this video, but I might make some more parts actually. It was actually kind of fun recording these clips and voicing over them and kind of just giving some tips and tricks here. So now you guys have plenty of silvers, you've gathered some blue sand, you know where to find blue sand roughly, more or less. You got plenty of items to start with, you saved your lighthouse for free, you didn't have to waste silver on it or anything, and you've got a lot of money for starting off with. So that's going to do it for this one. I'm open to comments down below, any suggestions or polite criticism that anyone has, because I've never actually made a video so far where I record my voice over clips that I've already recorded, so that's a bit of a new thing to me. So if there's any tips, tricks, anything like that you guys can give me now on how I can improve my video quality for you guys and help you a little better, then please leave a comment and help me out here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you enjoy my content, and I'll see you guys around.